You might remember at the end of the Terran campaign, the Sons of Korhal came to power, Arcturus Mengs came to power, and he renamed, as he destroyed the old Confederacy, he has renamed his new crew the Terran Dominion.
Behold the power of that which is yet unborn, for the swirling images that flow forth from the chrysalis are only a shadow of the sleeper's true power.
The psionic emanations of the chrysalis have reached out into the depths of space and lured our enemies to us. Even now, we are aware of their plans.
All squadrons close formation. Scan for hostiles. Emperor Arcturus believes that there's Zerg out here, so it's our job to flush them out. I don't want any slip-ups this time. We'll show these critters that they can't run from the truth.
Engage the Terran forces with care. Your priority is to protect the chrysalis at all costs.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. Now is Edmund Duke. Apparently he's hunting down Zerg. We don't like that. And we don't like Duke. We're gonna kill him. Planetary profile, Char. Oh dear, that's a lot of text. But basically, the Asheville of Char serves as the Zerg base of operations in the Caprulu sector. The Caprulu sector is basically where all of Starcraft takes place. Like, all the planets that we basically go to in the era is in the Caprulu sector. The planet's brutal volcanic landscape is riddled with extended hive colonies and labyrinthine tunnel system that teem with millions of malevolent Zerg. Because indeed, this is where the Zerg has taken root. We have a new unit, the Scourge. Suicide unit. They're pretty cool. You build a bunch from one, or two rather, and then they just explode into air units and do a lot of damage. It's neat. Make sure your larvae don't turn into lava. Good call, good call. As you can see, the chrysalis is now grown a fair bit. We're no longer bringing it with us. It is still in the process of growing. I'd like to, if I could, find an expansion, but I don't want to explore too much with this limited group. In fact, let's leave the Hydralisks for base defense and send the Mutalisks. These are noisy as hell, so, you know, warning ahead of time. I'm not sure we have a decent expansion opportunity in this mission. Maybe just the base we have to eliminate, basically. We'll scout more later on. Either way, I think we're gonna go with, you know what, this would be a decent map maybe to try out the Mutalisks. It depends a little bit on what the enemy has in terms of units and so on. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of upgrades now for the Overlords, which is nice. Movement speed, sight and detection, and transport. This is how the Zerg transport their units. We don't have dropships or supplies. Supply ships, supply shuttles, drop shuttles. Just shuttles, I think, actually. That's what the Protoss thing's called. Yes, this is indeed the Starcraft I campaign in Starcraft II. It is the Mass Recall mod. Again, actually, let's maybe save the Hydralisks for defense. Brief scout out with the Mutalisks just to see, like, roughly where we'll run into enemy opposition here. Well, there's a lot of lava here. There, okay, there's a base. Fairly empty otherwise, honestly. Small map, they do tend to... Here, oh, look at this. Oh, there's a couple of dudes, but we can take that and grab an expansion. Alright, we have our first mission ahead of us. Question is if we can take it with this group or if we need a little bit more. We might need a little bit more. First of all, I want to have another hatchery either way. And I want a refinery. Not a refinery, extractor is what it's called. Refinery for Terran, extractor for Zerg, and assimilator for Protoss. So yeah, they basically do the same thing. Part of what I enjoyed about Starcraft II was how different, at least in the campaign, you ended up getting a bunch of cool different upgrades for people, such as you can get like automatic extractors for the Zerg, which is really cool. Rythian, were you in the Hana Civ game that won't go out? No. No, I was not, thankfully. Hey, look, we've got some friends coming. A little bit of micromanagement. Leaves them alive. Alright, it's probably time to start getting some best bean. I want to build another hatchery here as well, actually. Build it literally right there. Close enough. We have a hydrolist down already, right? Yes, we do. Let's get the movement and range of those as soon as we can. There's such a big difference in how it feels for Zerg when you have one hatchery and 3 or 4. Actually, this guy is gonna go up here and be ready to fight. Just have it not die first, and then. Go out of the way, friends. Oh, I can't. Oh, annoying. I have to be there. Nothing left to do then.
Spawn more overlords.
So one other thing, I believe this was originally called a Maynard transfer, which is when you're about to be ready to build a new expansion, you pre-build tons of workers in your base. Like, we already have plenty of workers here, but we build like tons of them already, so that as soon as the expansion is up, you can just drag a whole bunch from your existing base and move them over. I believe it was called the Maynard transfer because the player that was most identified with doing that was called Maynard. Anyway, we are fairly solidly ready for a lot more now. So let's build a couple more drones. Oh, hello. Alright, that's gonna kill a bunch of my hydrolists, I believe, but should be alright, actually. We did just get scanned. I'm not too worried. I want this base to be up and running, though, so.
We require more minerals.
There we go. Alright, Maynard transfer away. And you can build an extractor as well, because why not? So now we have a total of 14 workers here. We could use some more. I'd say 4 more. And now we can start building the army as well. I remember if this map requires us to actually transfer. I think it might. So let's upgrade a bunch of Overlord upgrades. So I remember correctly, we can't walk all the way. Oh, there's a tank. Okay. Tank's going to wreck us a bit. That's alright. I mean, it's not alright, but we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna deal with it alright. With a lot of Hydralisks. Also a evolution chamber. I think we have enough now to just sort of brute force it. We have the movement speed after all. Here's a little trick for tanks, right? If you don't want to get too many hits at once, you send in some dudes first to take the hits. So now they're gonna take all the major hits here, and then the follow-up can just wreck them apart. So otherwise the splash damage is too much damage for you. Pro strats available. Switch to TV/Rythian. Mineral field exhausted. It's getting there, but we're alright. Ah, that tank is going to be a problem. But... and so is that tank going to be a problem as well. See, this is the thing, right? We have to go around to actually get there. Which means, I think it's a good idea to start considering drops. So we'll do that, exactly. We have plenty of income now, after all. Oh, this group, you should be a part of the hatchery family. We've got upgrades coming in. Armor upgrade, maybe. I want to probably get the on level 2 of the thing as well. Where are all our overlords at? We have a bunch. Hey, idle dudes. Oh yeah, I set that one later, I think. The rally point. Probably, arguably too. Oh, hello. They're gonna try to attack my expansion. That's not nice. They have medics. Why do they have medics? I'm pretty sure I turned that off. So, medics weren't actually introduced until Brood War. So, they shouldn't exist in this mission. There's an option in the mass recall options to have them available early. I believe I've turned that off because, well, they're not supposed to be available, basically. But there may be that the option is changed, so I will double check that after this mission. Anyway, I believe we can now use overlords. This is the group, and we're gonna drop them right on top of them. Now we really want to avoid the missile turret here, because in Starcraft I, as I believe in Starcraft II, but unlike Warcraft 3, your minions, if they get killed inside a shuttle, all die. They just all die. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Drop, 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 drop quickly. And we're gonna lose one. Yeah, we lost one. Get the tanks. The tanks are the major problem here. Once the tanks are down, we're alright. But the rest of the poor overlords are dying. Not that we can't build more, obviously. Not a problem, but... this is Alpha Squadron, boys. Well, they've got Delta and Omega watching the platform. They're nothing compared to my Alpha Squadron boys. Well, we'll see how that one works. Okay, now he's coming in with a little bit of a backup. This is going to actually hurt quite a lot. Mainly because of the medics. These guys are safe here, but down here is more of a problem. Should have enough to just stand up for him. I actually kind of want to have even more hatcheries at this point.
Forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
I am fully aware that our forces are under attack. I am looking at them right now. See, the thing you want to do is you want to make sure you focus fire. Hydraulics are particularly useful if they do that. Did you really need to scan there? You just saw what happened. Alright, we walked into some of the bunkers and stuff there. Can we walk up? I think we eventually can. Spider mines and everything. Oh wow, that one did a lot of damage, holy shit. Spider mines are way better in Starcraft II actually. In Starcraft I they had such a slow reaction. And they moved real slowly. Certain units, just from being in the Starcraft II engine, work way better. Spider mines is one thing, Dragoons are another. Because they just move better. They were so stupid back in the old days, you know? Let's build even more hatcheries, actually. Uncool, man. Uncool. That's my last little mineral. I think next step is to take up over one of his bases, because I'm running out of minerals absolutely everywhere. That tank is going to cause trouble. Oh, look at how annoying that is. That is a hell of a setup. We're gonna need to drop again. We are running out of minerals on top of that. Let's get some, where are some more overlords? We have them all in this corner, don't we? Yeah. Right, we're gonna need a few here. I can take 4 each. I wish there was a way to more easily separate. I mean, it's a lot easier now than it was, but
We require more minerals.
we. I don't know why it sounds like it says we. We require more minerals. We have a lot of Espion guys, and not so much of minerals. Quite few minerals. It's always the tanks that cause the problems. Hey, there's a base. Oh god, they're coming here now. They're going on the offensive. Do we need to bring backup? This expansion isn't that important anymore, to be fair, but our main base is. So I think, yes, we need to go home.
Our forces are under attack.
I think that thing is being shelled by tanks. Yeah, there's the tanks, yeah. This is what I'm saying, in that it feels that medium for recall is noticeably high. It's harder. But if I stand there, walk up to them before they're all... They have a minimum range. Tanks wreck us, man. It might be time to start building Mutalisks instead, to have less problems with the things. But we don't have... We still have so few minutes. Okay, here's the deal. We need to get all our drones in Overlords and start taking over this base. Hydralis for now.
Require more minerals.
Let's hope temporarily we're not going to get attacked. We have one... Oh god, we are... Wow, we are about to get completely out of minerals. A lot of drones here. Let's walk in with the Hydralis there a bit. We don't have time for this! I don't have time for this! Guys, you can't just walk back, guys. Oh god. I don't even know if that little base is gonna do it. If I can lure them back, maybe. There's too many of them. Okay, now we have a bunch of minerals in the overlords. Oh my god, we are screwed. We are actually screwed. Because we have no minerals left. And no army left. Can we have to attack with the drones, but we need the drones. I don't know why we have so many spore colonies here. Alright, we're gonna have to. The fire bat's gonna wreck us. Oh god, here comes the. Yeah, we're screwed. We're basically done. We are basically done. We have a little bit of minerals here, but obviously we can't keep this up going. I'll give us 108.95. It's not going to cut it. I think we're screwed. I think we're going to have to restart. The chrysalis has been destroyed. Alright, we're going to redo this. We're going to try it. I think we can still do it on medium. We just need to do difficult decisions, basically. I didn't have enough for hatchery. Hatchery's 300. I'll stick with medium for now. But the fact that they could build so much is the problem. Alright. Let's make smarter use of our limited minerals this time around. So in fact, let's try a Mutalisk build this time. Because the tanks on elevated position is what caused the main problems for all our Hydralisks. We learn every step as we go. I did feel like they had basically the standard AI of infinite money. You might notice like their mineral patches were mostly untouched, while mine was completely drained. But yeah, Mutalisks are very strong as well, so we're gonna try to use them. It'll be a different feel to the mission. But the tanks will basically cause no problems anymore. Neither will the vultures. It'll be a lot easier. The only dangerous is basically like the missile turrets, but with enough of a critical mass of Mutalisks, it's not a problem. We will need to build a spire, though. Mainly we'll just need to build a bunch of drones. The beginning is always the same. Getting in early on a Vespene. So ironically, Vespene is never quite the same level of problem. Because you don't quite run out. Once it's out, you still get a little bit. If I remember correctly. That might be a Starcraft II thing only, but...
We require more minerals.
Wiki? Why does he say wiki? He just says we, but it's a sound effect. Wiki. We basically know where things are now on the map, so we don't need to scout out too much. Spawn more overlords. I think once we have about 12 workers or something, I can start considering building another hatchery. I want to get the expansion as soon as I can. but I need a little bit of a
More overlords.
bit of an army. Actually, I could maybe take it with just this. But I mean, maybe an unnecessary risk. Nah, we can take him. Easy peasy. Around at the same time they come as well. Oh, we kept one Mythalisk alive. Nice. Okay, good. Hopefully this will last for a bit. A lot earlier this time getting the expansion up and running, which will help. I never really use Burrow much. It's handy, mainly for scouting purposes, but one more hatchery maybe? No, let's start building the spire. I'll need the lair. Okay, well, let's get the lair then, and then we'll build another hatchery. Build one even closer to here, maybe? That'll do. Like literally right there, like the other one. Why did he all of a sudden... Oh, he had to remove the building. That's alright. Gonna borrow you guys. And then group 5. I always put them in group 5, I don't know why, but you're all going there. Two of you are going there. You are going there. Being able to also rally onto the minerals to have them start automatically in Starcraft II engine is so much nicer than the endless micromanagement of Starcraft 1. Higher hopes for this mission than before. We're gonna get a solid group of well, everything. Mainly Mythalisks. The quote-unquote hello. Being able to fight on a higher ground is helpful for stuff like this. Alright, they just gave up, thankfully. Where did that thing go? So the thing that is helpful in a mission like this, where we're limited by mainly minerals as opposed to Vespene gas, at least that was the feel of it, is that for a Mutalisk, Hydralisk, you have to pay 3 times the amount of minerals compared to gas, because it's 75 to 25. So out of your army, a huge chunk of it is mineral based as opposed to Vespene based. But Mutalisks are 100 each, so we will be less limited strictly by minerals, although obviously they still cost more individual amount of minerals, so it's not like we're suddenly going to have tons of them. But a large percentage of our money is more in regards to minerals, and that's been an even split. So, as soon as this one finishes, we can build like 10 Mutalisks. Well, they require 2. Well, that's fine, we'll have the supply for it. And that'll be like a decent start. The thing what makes them so good, their bouncing attack, is that if you have them all around and you focus fire, they end up doing a lot of good. And we also want to upgrade their attacks. And then I think soon, finally, we can start exploring and actually doing some damage. I want to again try to see if I can grab this base. In theory, you don't. I don't need multiple bases. I just need to kill them. But yeah. Well, we are limited. There we go. So let's leave you in defense, and then the Mutalisks, you guys. You guys are my attack force. They're far from invulnerable, though. They can be kind of squishy. Marines in general tend to wreck them. But only Marines. Like, we can take out mostly everything else. I want to avoid bunkers if at all we can, which eventually we won't be able to. We're going to have to attack those bunkers. Who took the hit? You. You're gonna be at the back. But we can get a whole bunch more before we actually go. I think we're alright for drones, honestly. And we seem to be alright for Mutalisk production as well. The key here is to pick the critical mass. Like, you don't want to go too early. If you go with only a limited group, they get defeated and you don't get to break through their defenses. But like with this group, I believe we have 21 Mutalisks. I mean, that'll work, I'm pretty sure. Although we could wait for the Overlords to finish and build some more. Let's build even more. Okay, time to defend. Don't kill all my things, please. Oh, that worked really well. And soon we're gonna have more. But soon we're starting to run low now, so let's not overdo it. The beauty is, of course, they're also so mobile; they can move around much faster. But this should help a lot now. Gather them up all in the group. You don't want them to be too spread out. You want them all to attack at once, like this. We can take out their starport. That'll be a lot less annoyances from them that direction. So the key here is also you don't want to let them get too far away, get spread out. Their strength is when they're all together. Turrets and bunkers you want to kill immediately. And now the poor tanks get to watch and do nothing. Get their command centers, they can't do much. See, attacking from this side makes everything a lot easier. Not walking into all the tanks with your Mutalisks, you know? Oh, like that was a bad position, for example. Again, you don't want too few of them in one place at once. Dude, you need to go to the back, buddy. So now they're gonna just go like, let's attack with all our ground units. The ground units don't do much good against my Mutalisk, do they? Nope. No, they do not. Oh, careful! Get away from the turrets, friends. Well, as you can see, that made the mission a lot easier than it was before. Sometimes it's all about unit choice, and honestly not being a little bit cocky. There we go.
Our it, you sorry bastards. Fall back. Fall back.
Hold, Cerebrate. Do not pursue them.
Cerebrate, you must stay and relocate the chrysalis to a more secure location. Dagoth shall deal with the remaining Terran forces.
Well, that went alright. So much for that search and rescue mission. Alright, let me go in, double check the settings as well. I will temporarily quit this and go back. I might need to continue first so I can re-go straight to the mission.